Good evening, everyone. Hello. Well, hello, Paul. Hello, Babs. Hi, Reese. Hi, Dale. Good to see everyone. Oh, sorry, a minute late. It is absolutely melting in here. I have a iced drink that I'll probably be drinking a lot of. Yum, 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 yum. Okay. Hey, Commander Rex. So, we've got a few things tonight. I'm gonna finish some of the monkey bits. I'm gonna get the washes around his belly and stuff while we're still on. I'm gonna do some of the finer detail on K-2SO. He needs his armband and a couple of bits. Yeah, I'm not a person who needs or likes the heat. So I've got Cassian and his head ready to go. I've changed the stream around a little bit. So now the chat is up there. Yeah, I found his head on the back of the radiator. Shh. And I'm going to paint more over this side where the chat was obscuring it before. And the thing is, the way I'm sat in my chair... Hi, Trouble. Yeah, the way I'm sat in my chair, I naturally start moving around to face my main computer screen and the keyboard. So... No, that's what I can move between the screen. I can move the screens around, so I've got 3 screens. So the chat is... I just have to quickly look up now, but I can see the chat in 3 places at the moment. I can see one Facebook chat that loads of people have joined on there, and still need to turn off that auto-generated caption because that makes me sound stupid. Or stupider. Before any of you say. So that's all that side of it. So we're going to do that, and I've also got I found a spare droid. So I've got some bronze paint I wanted to try, and probably try and do it a bit like an all over bronze, and then try and darken it off. So there's a bit of that to do as well. And I've still got this fella to finish. He's getting there. I've just got like some of the finer details to do and the basing and stuff like that. Thanks for the like, Jason. Yeah, it was good to actually meet you. What else have we got for tonight? So, tonight, we've been talking to Rasta about the stream goals and stuff like that. So we've got a couple of different ways to try stuff. Tonight I'll be doing a tiered giveaway. So the giveaway will be at in an hour and a half, so 8:30 for half an hour. So tonight's giveaway, we have cards. This is very, 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 very sponsored by K, Fully Modded Lighting. There's a lot of his stuff in here. So, anyone's free to enter the raffle, and there will be 3 lots of prizes tonight given out. So, and they're all the same. So there's 3 sets of cards. So the cards are, at the minute, we have a proton rocket, we have a Darth Vader, Luke Skywalker double-sided. Hi, Lucky. We have a Scout Trooper and Scout Trooper assault team, strike team here, and then an ATST. So that'll be the standard Wednesday giveaway. So what we have in a bonus to that is anyone who has subbed will also get one of K's shiny, shiny, shiny old tarot cards. So to get one of them from the raffle, you will get one of them, and because you subbed, we'll give you an extra old tarot card. The strike team is really nice. So one extra incentive is if you donated tonight, yeah, the Vader's on the other side. Don't worry, there's Vader there as well, mate. Look, look, look. So that's Darth. We're fine because it's Darth Vader. Look, Darth. We're good. Look, it's the same picture both sides. You can just paint the back of that one and you're all good. You're safe with that. So yeah, anyone who has donated a £5 or more on the stream tonight will also receive a Obi-Wan Kenobi and Obi-Wan Kenobi with their winnings. So there's still 3 prizes to give away. Just subscribers and donators get a bonus card with their prizes. So if you win the raffle and you're subbed, you get a old tarot card. If you win the raffle and you've donated tonight, you get the prizes, the old tarot card, and the Obi-Wan Kenobi card. So I hope that is that clear and understandable of where we're trying to go with it. Hiya, Foxy. So I'll do it again because just in case people didn't know. So tonight's raffle. Hi, Sarah. We have 3 lots of cards to give away. So there's 3 identical sets. The sets are the Legion ATST, the Legion Scout and Strike Team, the Darth Vader Luke Skywalker card, and Proton Rockets upgrade card. So that raffle is open to anyone. As long as you've followed, you can enter that raffle for 100 credits. And they'll be drawn at the end of the night at about 9 o'clock. The raffle will start at 8:30. So, if you're a sub and you win one, you will also get an old Terok shiny card. So, for anyone who's subscribed, if you win one of them, I'll give you an old Terok card to go with it. And that even if all 3 are subbed, all 3 of yous get. We've got enough for each one of yous. And then, if you made a donation of £5 or more tonight, we will also throw in the Obi-Wan card to the winnings. So, if you win and you've subbed and made a donation, that's what you get. If you win and you're subbed, that's what you get. If you just win and you've not subbed or anything, that's what you get. The 4. Is that clear? Have I sort of made it clear as mud? So, as I said, it's a bit different because I'm going to be able to paint here and it not disappear. Yeah, we've thrown extra goodies in for the people that have been putting money in and stuff like that. So it's a bit of an appreciation thing. Appreciation? Yeah, that one. So the other side of things tonight. I promised I'd do a quick box opening for someone.
What happens if
Oh, did he ask? I'll send you something different, Kay, if you win. I'll send you something nice, right?
Why are you sending me stuff back.
Or we can send you your stuff back. It's entirely up to you if you don't. So we had a big stock delivery today, which I haven't even scratched the surface. I think I've put about 5 or 6 things into the shop today because this room has been about 1,000,000 degrees and it's just been a bit unbearable, and I ended up a bit of a chilling day. But what we did get in is the Army Painter wet palette. Now, I already have and use the Redgrass Gaming one. And I was talking to people today about how, on the stream thing, the Redgrass Gaming one. Are you ready for this, Marty? I used this when I was at Beanie's last. Paint's still wet. It has actually nearly dried out, the actual pad, but the paint... Let me just get some water into that while... And that will probably rejuvenate it underneath anyway. So, I'll put that one away because that's not what we're looking at tonight. But it is interesting to compare it. So, how many... You're talking months, Marty? It's got to have been at least 8 or 9 weeks since I was down there. So, as I say, I've not... This is the first one. If I remember rightly, they're 40 quid, the orange one. These... We are selling these ones for 17. I say we are selling them. We got 4 in and they've just flown out the door. So what I'll do is I'll show you what's in this. And Zoe's asking how they work. I know a few people saw Rasta using one. I think he's got the Redgrass one as well. So in the box, you get 2 little booklets of basically a thing of all of their tools and how to use them, which is pretty cute. You get a solid case. I've had another one by... I can't remember the name. It was an artist's one. And it was just flimsy. It was literally that. The packing that came in. So, yeah, another one of how to use the get to the table painting system. Or to the table painting system. So, you get it's sticking to me. The Army Painter one, it's solid plastic. It's really good. That's actually pretty good quality. So, the top part is a brush holder and it does hold the broken toads as well, so I'm happy at that. So you can fit all the broken toads in. They fit in as well. So the brushes that we've just got back into stock, the German Kalinsky ones, we're doing an 8-piece set for 35 quid. These are really good. So it's got somewhere to store your brushes. Just make sure you put the cap on it, because if you end up storing it on end, the brushes are going to hit the side. So keep your caps for your paint. And yeah, it does. They don't fit in there, but you're going to fit most of them in the gaps around the sides, and then the broken toads in there. So the next part is what it's for, is the wet palette. So it's pretty solid. You get quite a few pads with them. So I'm not going to crack this open because I don't know whether I'm going to keep this one or let it go. So the pads go in there, and then you get parchment paper, that goes over the top. Now on here it basically goes through the before you use the wall paints, do this. Brushes, you do this. There is nothing on there about how to use the pad itself, unless it's on the back. Now, on the website and on our website, there is a way on how to do it. Basically, you unfold a foam pad, put it out, wet it so it's not dripping, just so it's fairly decently wet. And then the paper goes on one way. When you put it on, it curls, and you can tell which way the paper goes on. It allows water through, but not paint. So, and then that goes over the top. That's basically it. For the RRP is 18 quid, and I think we're doing it for, was it 17, Marty, that you paid? I think we're a quid below RRP. And I think we've got just one left. And then so on them you get 50 hydro sheets, 50 hydro foam, the 3 plastic parts, and the safety strap. For the money, I can't fault it. Yeah, that's pretty good for the money. What I will do is I'll put that one to one side, because as I said, I don't know whether I'm going to keep one for myself. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, is actually putting mine out tonight while it's in this weather. Rusty uses his a lot better than I would ever use it. He uses it to blend and stuff like that. The problem that I've had is my parchment's been in there a long time. If you can see the big yellow patch, when I went in there today, because my parchment has a hole there and it's going through into the, you see it's still wet on there, it's going through into the foam, and I need to take the foam out and clean it. And as you can see, that it's still actually fully usable. Some of them, because it's so thin, there wasn't much paint left in there. Do I have any parchment? If I've got a new parchment, I'll fit one while we're talking. I do. So the parchment, they just come in a packet. This is the same, exactly the same principle. It's just this was a Kickstarter one I did years ago. So take that off and bin it. What I am going to do is try and clean some of this if it will. I think that's well and truly stained. Thank you for the donation, Jack. So, as I said, it's not... it's wringable. If you wring it out, there's quite a bit of water in the tray itself. But then, I'm going to flip it actually. So if you flip it over, you can see it the pad starts soaking it up. As I said, I paid, I'm saying 45, it might have been 55 for the Red Grass Gaming one. I know they're not cheap, but back then Army Painters wasn't around, so parchment paper, I think it's greaseproof. It's light greaseproof paper. Goes on, and as you see, it curls. I think I've got it the right way around. Whee! Everlasting hydration, best ever pet size. For more tips and tricks. Right, once I get this in. So do you know how a lot of people use things like this, like I do, for mixing paint and taking paint out of pots and stuff like that? Well, what you can do with a wet palette is take the paint out, put it onto here, and as could be seen from my last yeah, the last sheet, the paint lasts. So when I'm painting, I normally have, let's see if I've got the parchment the right way up. So I'll have the black in there like that, in there like that. And then I would take a bit of the white and have it in that. So if I wanted, getting a reasonable sized brush, if I wanted a grey jack, rather than going and getting a grey out, or if I wanted specific greys for different things, you can just start bringing it and blending it in the middle. So you've got there. While you're doing it, it's soaking water up from underneath. Let me have it. Glasses. I think I need more water in it actually. Some people, in fact, I'll do the same. Some people put Floaid in as well. That helps. So half a dozen drops of Floaid. So that's just my Floaid mix. And I think I've got it the right way around there. So yeah, you can just pull grey over. Do I need more white? Bring more white over. If you're doing full blending with a brush, you can basically start blending it down. So you've got, I know I've messed that one up a bit, but you can just add back into it. So there you've got, if I was wanting to, I haven't got anything totally unprepared to show you this. Some sort of base, some sort of any bit of plastic. So if you're painting obviously the black and then you want to blend into it a bit, the next one along you do a bit further down, and this is just me going quite brutal at it, so a bit more, bit in the black, and the lighter grey. Into the lighter grey again. Into the white. So you get like the graduation, and then with I use the flow medium and stuff like that, you can actually start blending it more. So that the wet pad, how long can you keep hydrating it? That sheet that I took off, it's designed so you can. It's an all. If you start in the morning and start painting, as long as you keep that hydrated, which it's drying out because of the temperature in here. But as long as you keep it hydrated. There's not much coming out of the water bottle either. There we go. That paint stays wet. So I could do a couple of hour. Yeah, the thing about the Army Painter one, it's also got a brush holder in, so the brushes are held in place as well, so they're not getting damaged. Just either put some foam in it to hold it, or put the end caps on the brushes. And let's say that Rasta was doing it with different colours, the yellows right across the range. The lad I was watching the other day with the Army Painter review, it was quite impressive. His lasted him a couple of days as well, and then he just ran out of space rather than actually running out of hydration. So let's have that up there, just to see it. So as an example, you could do highlights over. Let's have a camera in a new position. Let's see if I've got it somewhere close. So just using a number one. If I'm going to do the very edges, I could do with actually having some water for my brush as well. So thinking about that tone. Just catching some of the edges, not all of them. Too much on my brush, too much on the brush. There we go. So now if you want it slightly darker, just how you've just used it, touch of black in, off again. So that's about the right shade for the top level that's coming in there. A bit more black. So it just gives a little bit of a glow to where light catches it. And do the same. Excuse me. I'm trying to get it like a glaze as well, which isn't easy. So I'm actually taking it off there and oh, you can't see it there anyway. I'm putting it on to try and turn it into a glaze. Just to pick up all of the higher ridge to where the dry brush shows you where it needs a little bit more. And there you go. So with this technique as well, you see I've put a splodge onto the corner at some point. What you can do is you can, because it's between grey and black, you can try and touch up the bits where you think it's splodged too much. There you go. And you're just making the colour yourself, because the way you've dry brushed it, the level, you won't know what colour is the black behind, because it could have had a layer of dry brush on it. What you can do is just mix it. Oh, you can't see me mixing that, sorry. So yeah, that's where I was using that, and if I'd gone too dark, I'd bring up a little bit of grey into it. If I'd gone too light, I'd bring some black over and just bring any messy bits so it emphasises what, yeah, splodged, yeah, where I've splodged where I didn't want it to go. So yeah, that's it's a great way of, I would normally do it, if you saw my table under here, I would mix it on this, but it would be dry in 2 minutes and I'd have to start again. Whereas on this, we'll come back at the end and we'll have a look, see what it's like. It's okay. What do you think of Mr. Palp? Should we put the battery back in him? Thank you, Paul, for the like. So that's... Get it away. There you go. what I don't want to do is put any unnatural glow onto him. Does that make sense? Thanks for the like, Ben. So yeah, rather than hitting it up with anything else, like the glowing effects and stuff like that, I want the LED to do that. He looks bad, yeah. So what I will do is, looking under the chair. Oh. Kitty Dragon's black, Zoe, but then purples. So I've got I maybe did some panic buying this week. So the rattle cans that I use for all of my commissions go out with Testors dull coat over them. It's expensive. It ranges from £7 to £12 a can. It's compared to a GW pot, it's not much. Yeah, but it's just that good. So I've ended up. There was a lot of news that they were going to stop producing it, so I panic bought, and I bought 12 cans, and then to find out that to spend an extra, it's £5, it entitled me to free postage. So what I ended up doing was buying null in oil, null in oil, earth texture, and now Testors dull coat. All the panic buying. So yeah, brown earth. Once I find the splodge stick, there you go. Okay. We've just got it in, mate. That's glaze medium. It's around, so that be the Mecha varnish, matte varnish. I've tried it. The only thing that I would recommend, and you can see it, you can't see it because it's flaring. At the moment, there's settled from there to there. I don't know if you can see that. You really need, and I'm going to do it now actually, agitators in it to make sure that you get it all shook properly, because the bottom is the matte medium. We've just got it in stock in the 60ml bottles, because I've been told the 60ml bottles are a lot less prone to it settling. But if you give it a good shake up to start with, then it that was about 6 agitators. But yeah, I've got a couple of things to try it on, and I will be trying it. But we've got it in, we've got the gloss, we've got the matte, and we got the satin in stock today up on the website. That's one of the ones I managed to get done. Let me just move that out of the way to get Palp's earth done. I'm using my Old Faithful brown earth. Again, we've got brown earth in stock. What was the ones that I mentioned something this morning. One of the washes that we've managed to get. Well, 3 or 4 people were like, no one else can get that. And within about 5 minutes of people realising we had it, we no longer had it. So, we have the other range of washes, which are the big bottles, and I'm going to start experimenting with some of them in the coming weeks. we've also ran out of space to store all this stuff. I don't know if anyone noticed the question I posted on Facebook saying, does anyone know where those sectional garages and such like? But we have come up with another solution for now. We're going to move some of the cabinets. We're going to remove some of the cabinets out of the garage, replace them with another 2 sets of racking shelves, and go with that for now. The garages we're looking at 3 to 5 grand. The sectional, it wasn't a garage, it was like a shed, tool shed workshop they were calling them, but they're damned expensive. So the mud is down. A bit down there. So yeah, I'm 6 and 2 3s whether we get a game night tomorrow night. Because literally the garage, there isn't. No, there isn't. I think if I remember rightly, under my side of the bed is all of my Discworld first edition books. So they're definitely not room under mine, and I don't think Joe would want it all under hers either. We do have this. This is how bad it is. So I know a few of you have been round and seen the house. So I've got this room, which is the old kitchen. We had, before I moved in, there was an extension placed on the back, and this is what we call the study. The study, which is probably 10 foot squarish. And it's got 3 racks down the back, 2 racks down the side, all full. Yeah. We were thinking of moving her to the small bedroom and nicking hers with her she's got a walk-in wardrobe and all sorts, and I'm stuck only having 6 rooms of the house, or 3. So I've got this room, and as I say, as people have seen, I've got half the kitchen with stuff that's come in piled up to be sorted. The outhouse is the packing area where Joe does all of the packing, so I sort the stuff out from here. It goes into the packing area, Joe packs it and sends it out. The small bedroom upstairs is fully racked out with 3 racks and a huge set of really useful drawers. The garage is practically a double garage. We had 4 minis in there at one point. But we've got the main table, which is just a 4x8 table in the middle of the room. And then 4 racks down one side, workbench around the other, a rack behind where I sit and do the stream, and then some display cabinets. And then and the printers in the corner. We're going to be thinking of moving the printers from that corner to the corner where it's just piled full of crap and rattle cans and sprays and stuff like that. Moving the sprays into I've got a spray booth in the garage as well, in the garden as well. So thinking of doing that. Let's get some wash on him while we're gabbing. So basically moving stuff round with the hope of not needing to, one, start looking for somewhere, or start looking for a or either look for a unit or start looking for somewhere to store it all still here. I'm not really fancying getting a unit or a shop or anything like that anytime soon, if ever. But space is becoming an issue, And Snowy, speak of the devil, actually came a couple of weeks back. Was it a couple of weeks back or last week? And took an absolute stack of scenery stuff that I'd collected, whether it was yeah, that was there was a massive consideration about that, but I can if I move the printers to the other side that is just full of junk, I can fit another 2 full sets of racks in, which should keep me going for another 6 months before I need to look at anything bigger. So what I'm doing with the monkey, sorry, is where the skin meets the fur, I'm just putting a pure Agrax in and into the deepest armpits, just to give it a bit of a blend between the two. And then I'll probably come back with another go over with the skin tone. I've got some new skin tones today to try as well. I haven't got them to sell yet, but I've got a couple of bits to try. So I'll do this, and then I'll have a run through bits and pieces again. Just a quick blending between the fur. Got so many of these now, because obviously we've got the stock in, but I may have picked out a couple for myself to paint up, so there's got to be more monkeys on the table, definitely. So right into the armpit. You can imagine monkey armpits being stained, and they're not very well, they are quite hygienic-ish. Well, probably not. There we go. More down there. So the main part's covered there. And definitely going to be loads of work around the face anyway, so if I get a bit of the just shoved it in his mouth there. He's probably choking on Agrax. A good name for a book, that. Choking on Agrax. In fact, what I'm going to do is ear. And his ear. Because I'm going to do quite a bit of work on his face again, like the last one. That'd be the doorbell. I have no idea what's due. And a couple of bits more around there. Oh, it could be the paint racks. Could be the paint racks now. Or not, because Joe's closed the door. I'm going with a no, it wasn't the paint racks. also seen I've also seen the droid tank that the lad from K-2SO has just painted using the stippling technique. Got to admit, I'm very impressed with the results from it. Welcome back, Snowy. Have you disappeared? So yeah, I'll show you the brushes he uses in a minute. So yeah, we're just going around the edges of all of the fur just to blend it in a bit, and that should be enough there. It does look a bit stained on his belly, but I'm going to come back in. I've just got my finger. Come back in with the skin tone once that's fully dry and blend that back a bit. Something nice for the weekend, I hope. So, K-2SO have these dry brushes. Hand on my heart, I bought the complete set because I like to try new stuff. The set was 60 quid for 4. I can only find 2 of now. So, or is it only, do they come in, I think they might come in large, medium and small, so it might only be 3, 20 quid a brush. Ooh, zombies. Now I got them, and you get this sponge pad that you wet. That is wet because I've started to try and use it. And I'll be honest with you, when I got the set, I just thought they were dry brushes to use as dry brushes. I wasn't particularly blown away by them. They were fairly streaky when I was using them. But today, or yesterday, I saw how they're meant to be used. And I was using them wrong. Hand on my heart, didn't know. I was very skeptical about dry brush with a wet a wet sponge, but looking at it, he does an absolute marvellous job of that. I've still probably got the last 10 minutes to watch, but where we're at, it's like, well, that's fantastic. So he uses a really big one for the tank. I've ordered one, and I've ordered the mixing board and stuff like that. So we're going to give it a go. I don't like to put things down that I haven't tried properly. If I don't like it, I'll be honest, I'll tell people I don't like it. If I like it and it works, you'll never hear the end of it. Thank you for the following forks. If I like it that much, we end up selling it. So the giveaway tonight, as I said, we've slightly changed it up a bit this week. The giveaway is, we have 3 sets of cards for the raffle at 8:30. There is a Proton Rocket promo. It's an unofficial FFG one for X-Wing. We have the ATRT, the Rebel ATRT for Legion. We have the Imperial Scout Trooper Strike Team and Scout Troopers team, double-sided card. And then we have the Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker fan art card. So when you enter tonight, you everyone who enters is entered into getting a set, well, one of the 3 sets of them. If you win one of these sets and you're a subscriber to the channel, I will also give you a Old Terok foil card from K himself from Fully Modded Lighting. And don't forget to use the Friend of Protec code to go on there. I need to put that into the thing as well. Something else I need to do in a second. And I've totally forgot. And he's going to kick my butt. So yeah. So if you've subbed, I'll give you a free one of them. So everyone who enters that's a follower gets a chance to win one of them. Anyone who's subbed will get one of them as well. If you made a donation tonight, looking at it, we have Jack and Ulfric. You'll also receive one of them if you win. So it's rewarding the people that donate while with a little bit extra stuff. So I'm just going to take my hat off, have a drink, and then sour apple. So yeah, that might be an idea, Joe. I'll have a look. Spend me pocket money. Yes, and it's more than appreciated. But that's why we're adding, rather than taking stuff away, we're adding to it. We have. I'm just trying to find someone's message. He's probably messaged me reminding me, and I've forgotten. It's been one of them days where I've had so much going on. Nope. And he won't be watching. Not eBay. Not that one. So the lad that helped with the comics last week, James. Got it. Right. I'll be back in a second. Very unprofessional, but... This is probably going to cause all kinds of problems on the camera. But, wow, brightly. Thank you, Foxy. So, this t-shirt is available from our local comic book guy. Really good friend. Really helpful for any comics or anything like that. So this is on sale now. It is a little bit, yeah, I timed it perfect. So this t-shirt is available from the link I am just about to place there. So if anyone wants one, please go over to Something for the Geek End and support Baby Yoda. He's a very naughty Baby Yoda. Those 2 scout troopers had to really did have to cut out any of his shenanigans in The Mandalorian. So yeah, look, Scout Trooper, Baby Yoda, Scout Trooper. He's been a good a good baby Yoda at the moment. So yeah, it and as James, all of James's stuff's bloody good quality. He doesn't use cheap shirts to print on. Baby Yoda. So yeah, rebel. Don't get paint on it. I'm going to try not to. I've got a few people have seen my painting t-shirt. Foxy's seen it a couple of times. And I'm not kidding you, there is paint all over it. It's my favourite t-shirt. It's a Thanos t-shirt from Loot Crate. Yeah. And oh god, that isn't. It's a lot better just taking it off for this. It's been my go-to t-shirt for sitting and painting in for quite some time, and there's paint everywhere. But I've never been able to find another one until last week, where I did manage to find a very lovely brand new one on eBay, reasonably cheap. Yeah, it's still coming through. The problem I've got is the water's all, cause it's slightly downhill, the water's all going down there. So I'm gonna have to go to my super. There's a ring around his arm that doesn't have to take some painting in. So using the wet palette to get just the right amount on the brush. Is it the inner or the outer ring? Oh, I'm gonna have to check. That looks like the outer ring on the comic book. Outer ring. So I'm hoping my head's not going to get in the way too much. So this is Iden Dark Sun from the Foundation range. It's just the right colour when I did it for someone else the other week. I don't think you're going to be able to see where I'm... Very messy painting on that one. So yeah, that's the ring. He only has it on one of the two sides, I believe. So what I can do now is, because admittedly I have gone down the gullies a bit, so what I'm going to use is, I was meant to do this the other day. I've got some black Templars contrast that's nearly out, which it's literally scraped the bottle, but I've got some of the contrast medium, so what I'm going to do is drop some of that into the bottom, close that one, and give it a bit of a shake. What I'm trying to get is a bit of a thicker wash than, I'm not going to use the wet palette for that because it's not water based as such. Yeah, that's good. So where I slightly messed up, that's the brown earth that we sell. So there you go. Just a little run around there. And it is it's just the right consistency to fill the gap where I've gone too far in. With it being contrast, it just doesn't black it out, it fills the gaps and capillary rate. There we go. Nice. So that's that done. Oh, the other thing that I wanted to do in that, I remembered, was the gun. And I think it's already had one coat, but I wanted to get it proper black and get away from the blue tint, and then I can do a quick dry brush on it to get the colour back. And I think a bit of black in there just to fill out the gap a bit. Darker than the blue. And there we have it. I'm going to try and get a bit more done on him. Yeah, that's actually a size 0, he says, moving it. Broken towards that size 0. Thank you for the sub, mate. I can't say enough. And Snowy will be exactly the same about the broken toad stuff. They're absolutely fantastic. I've got a stock of them in case he ever runs out, so I've got enough to keep me going, and I've got probably a dozen in my paint pot as well. They are not cheap, and I was explaining this via Zoe to Reese. The set that we do, the German Kolonsky stuff, the points on them are pretty decent. They're not broken toad decent. You can just tell by the difference in colour, but they go down to that size. Yeah. Now No, they actually go smaller. There's a 5-0 as well somewhere. I think I gave my 5-0 away because I don't think they are actually. So that's the Broken Toad 3-0 next to that one. And you can just see the bristles longer. It's a lot. There's a lot more to it. But I very rarely use the 3-0s. In fact, I've got 2 of them sat in there that have still got the covers over them. And I can't find. I think I must have given it away because I don't use them. Never. There is a 5-0 version of that. Now, they're good. Oh, nice one, mate. Oh, that's amazing. Oh. So all the work was well worth it. So yeah, if you can't afford a Broken Toad high quality, then yes, you go down to the smaller ones of these. But there's a point where I think you get to the 5-0s, the 4-0s, the 3-0s, where these are a lot better. Oh, thank you for the donation as well, Paul. Sorry, I didn't see that. So, I was just going to get the silver to do his eyes, which I'd forgot. A little bit of chrome. Let's do a test on the wet palette. That's actually not done what I thought it would do. I thought with it being an air paint, it would have gone. So again, I'm using the 0 and I'm going to be doing his eyes, but I'm going to have to use my eyes. Whew. Deep breath. Need a bit more on that side. It's not just filled enough. There we go. He just looks like he's got 2 beady eyes. If you wanted, you can drop a clear down there, clear red or a clear blue or a clear green to give it a bit of a different slight colour. But I'm going to keep it like that. I've done all the edge highlighting. I needed to do some very, very light silver. Let's have Iron Warriors. Yeah. This is one of the newer bases by GW. I don't think I've tried one of it. So just a little bit on the wet palette again. So that bit of the wet palette. Again, this is just want a little bit on the brush as little as possible, so you can draw it out using the wet palette and just get it so there's little or nothing on the brush, or as much as you want on the brush, just to give you that control to do the edge. So it's just a bit of edge highlighting in the silver to give the knees a bit of definition and the joints. A bit in the back. That sort of thing. Just little bits of detail to lift it. There we go. A little bit in there. Go. So the only other thing that he really needs is so that's the small artist opus, and it will get used here for Thank you very much, Matt. Oh. Welcome back, Dale. So, dry brush works the opposite. I'm taking as much off as I can on a post-it note, and then just a quick brisk. That gives the definition of the gun again. I might just try to get a couple of the bits in there. Yeah, got it. Same one? Yeah. Other than the base, I'm not going to do any more on that because I will then just start spoiling it. Not really, Zoe. I need something to clean it up. There's two reasons. One, there's one sat here that you can use, and two, you'll never use it. You're way too fast to be. It's for us old folk now. The painting that you do is totally different to blending and stuff like that. I use a spatula, just one of the GW texture spatulas, basically because I've got one, and I've seen people use old brushes, toothpicks if you want to be a sadist. What's the McDonald's stirrers, that type of stuff. Anything that's like a flat spatula-y type thing works fine. So sorry, that's Agrax Earthshade over the dry earth. It depends what you're going to use it for, Reese. This is the dry earth. This is a sneak preview of a video that I've promised Jack for weeks now. Yeah, small screwdriver. Anything that's like that. So, that's what it's like when it goes on. That's my spare one for in case anything goes wrong. That's what it turns into when you use Agrax, and then when you put a couple of tufts over it, you get a mud base, very much like my Palpatine. So what you can do at various stages, you could run a dry brush over that to get a browny colour, Slaveneth bark, to get a bit of a richer, more like vibrant brown, the Vermin Lord hide, which is, or the Gorfang brown, to give it a bit of just a bit. It will happen, Jack, I promise. I've even been looking at doing a patron thing, but I just think a patron thing, I'd prefer people to see the stuff. We sell that. We sell those. If I put a link to it, then I'm more than happy for the videos to be free. Run free, little video. The worst thing is, Jack, I think I can do them in about 10-15 minutes. Which isn't long. Up until the point of me using it as a demo for the wet blending and the palette, I did have another load for the second one to do. And then I sold 20 bases that were painted, so I'm now having to wait for more bases to come. Sorry, Jack. It's there to be done. And I've just seen 25 people on the stream tonight. I am blown away by that. That's actually, yeah, thank you very much everyone for coming and watching. So, I'm going to have another quick drink before I So, as you were asking, Jack, it's been probably over an hour. I think I may have put it in upside down. It's still... check. It's still mixing. It just needed a bit of encouragement, but I did get it really thin and it has dried out. So what I'm going to do is work out if I did get it upside down. There is two sides to it. Yeah, it is. The pad is drying out really quickly. But there is a chance that I've just got it in upside down. And it's just spread everywhere. I don't think it actually says on the pad that there's a top. For best instructions go that, yeah. I should have probably read the instructions, but yep. Yeah, there's on that. I'll see you in a minute anyway. But yeah, that's. Did I mention your name? Not tonight. Not just now. Not that I remember. But then again, I've just swum around my goldfish bowl. Dan, your Lego is still sat behind me. Sorry. I will get that out on Friday to you, mate. Sorry for the delay. But it is coming, I promise. I've sent you a message for your address in one of the chats, and then totally forgot. What was I going to do? So that's drying. Cassian can wait. That still needs to dry a bit. So while that's doing that, I'll go eat out. So I'm going to open 2 thin coats of a white, probably Ulfan Grey if you've got it, to start with. Thank you very much, Foxy. So, just as I was about to explain it for the last time before starting the raffle, tonight's raffle is for these 4 cards. Proton, AT-AT, Scout Troopers, and Darth and Luke. So everyone who enters gets access to that. Anyone who has subbed will also receive the Old Tarot card on top. And any of the donators of £5 or more tonight will get one of Kay's medal cards if they win the raffle. So I do have enough for all 3. What's Jack's points? Has it done it again, Jack? Speak to me, Jack. Yes, I'll give you something else, Kay. Let me have a look at Jack's. What? There seems to be one of 2 people it has problems, not problems with, but it has. I think Ulfric just keeps getting them all. There you go, Jack. That should be shorted. let me... Street. I'm putting in a ticket. If anyone's missing points, do me a favour and send us a message. And I'll... points not updating with donations. Is it a donation, Ulfric, that hasn't gone on? Yeah, that'll be much appreciated, Marty. I'll put a ticket in. It's asking for you, isn't it? Alright, what I'm going to do is, while I'm messing around with that, I'm going to start the giveaway. So, Wednesday night giveaway, goodies from Star Wars, 100 points each, free ticket for everyone who's subbed, or free extra ticket for everyone that's subbed, and that should go live about now. You have 30 minutes. Not a view. Oh, it's deleted the whole thing. I'm going to do that again in a minute. That is not submitted. This category cannot be blank. Right, that's in, and I apologise to anyone who has donated and not got their credits. If you are missing credits, let me know, and I'll manually update it. Yeah, that's staying. I know what else I did. I slipped over the sponge, didn't I? I wonder if the sponge does different. A lot of it's, all the paint is still wet, so the black's still wet there. So I think it's because where I've been mixing, it literally is just microns of paint on the thing. So I've put that in. Everything is running. We have 40 in tonight. 40 tickets, 10 users, and hit the camera. I know I've not got much done tonight. It's been a little bit here and there. So still need to get him finished as well. So where did that bronze go? Not bronze, it was copper. Don't say it. So I was wanting to try how this Vallejo copper goes straight over the GW paint. Wow. These metals, Snowy. So that was straight over the top of the whole lot. Rarely if you lot are doing it. Yeah, I didn't even put primer down. That is straight over the top of the paint on there. If Vader chokes you all, don't blame me. Let's have a close up for you, Snowy, because I know you were interested in that. So I'll do it on the other side. This is a new range, so the Brassy Brass is just the air range or the normal range. This is it's a whole new world. Oh god, did I have to start singing? So yeah, it's got, I've used Brassy Brass and I've used the normal metals from the air, and the coverage is massively different. So got that. Because the coating is so, how do you put it? Yeah, but people who subscribe are stuck with my singing. Yeah, with it going on and coating like baby poop to a blanket, in the old words. You're not getting any brush strokes, anything like that. Coating it. Can you see that clear enough? So even if you're not going on too thick as well, you do a second thin coat, and it's pretty nice. My phone's going mental. Shh. Yeah. And I've had this copper for an absolute age. Probably a couple of months, and I've never ever tried it. There was a couple that I picked up and I thought, yeah, you know what, I'll give them a go, and then put them in a drawer and did the usual. When I tidied up the other week, I thought, ooh, and then I used the silver on the stream, and then obviously I've been trying the other ones. And anyone who has painted an X-Wing ship knows that coating the standard paint isn't the easiest. I've tended to airbrush straight over the top of it to get a primer on it. Is Dale still in that building? I don't know if anyone's on that bought or went in for the Padme's Naboo fighter, the limited edition thing you want. I got my notification this morning that they've took the $35, which is $20 for the actual ship and $15 postage instead of the $90 postage that we've. So I have managed to fluke out a bit because I've got it coming for the $35. They're already showing up on the American eBay because the Americans have had them for a week. The first ones I saw up there are like, I think they're already up to 150, 160 quid a pop. So if I let that dry, I've got nothing to hold him properly because I didn't bring a base. But yeah, my idea now is where it's the light, the light brown, is do that in the bronze as well. Bronze is nice. Copper even, not bronze. Who's in the kitchen? Someone eating food, so it's going to be Zoe. I think Zoe's making toast. I think Zoe's making toast without asking me if I want any. God, that bronze. Yeah, it was. I think it's more to do with the fact that it's. There we go. In fact, I'm going to do that little box on the top. It's the world's Gen Con exclusive. It's going to go silly. There was only so many of them given out. They've done it this way, and the scalpers haven't managed to get 5 or 6 each. So I think the value is going to be quite interesting. It'd be nice to see where it plateaus out. Just basically see what the prices should be if everyone gets a fair crack at the whip, sort of thing. Oh, it's Joe making it. She's hiding. So I've not been able to have my cap on because it's absolutely soaking. 15 minutes left. Let me go up. Hello, Sugar Plum. Didn't see you join. The paint jobs, all of the paint jobs have been the same. They're all a basic, except for Plu Koon. No, Plu's was slightly better. It's I think we had one up for sale last week, I think it was, and we had a couple of people basically saying, look, we're only going to give you 50 quid for it because we can pay someone a commission to paint one up at that price. Like, oh, cool. Nope, she snuck past and escaped again. I wanted toast. You've got crumpets! Oh, I want crumpets now. Yeah, well, we ended up with both of Rasta's, or both that came home with Rasta. I got the one that he won on his stream that I've got in my cabinet, which is mine, and that'll go with my Amidala, or Padme. Amidala, Padme, whichever one it is. Paddy Amidala. Cool. So that, yeah, and when it dries a little bit more, and when it dries a little bit more, a quick wash, probably an Agrax, because it's a brown colour anyway, to get all of the detail back up. That basically gives you a fast 20-minute paint job on a Droid that just changes its appearance enough to make it look like your own. it's nothing major enough to spend a whole day painting. It's just a quick colour change. You go down the sides. It just flows. It's a good coated. Takes to the wash brilliantly, or the wash takes to it brilliantly, whichever way you want to look at it. Oops. So yeah, that's brought all the detail back out. So you've got the detail where that side is slightly not defined, that side's defined. So that's it. If you find the right stuff to do that work with, finding the right type of paint, the right type of wash, a quick 2-minute paint job can totally change the look of an X-Wing. There we go. So, and even if you just go like that, you're picking the detail out. Even the detail just jumps. Side where all of the mechanical detail is. If you were running an event, you could do a gold, silver and bronze one exactly the same way. You could do a full swarm of bronze, silver or gold ones for whatever you felt like flying. So there you go. That's a less than half an hour colour change. You could go back in, you could do the panel, all the panels different colours, but just for I want something different on the table. If you were doing, what is it, 10 of them now in a list, or 8 in a list, a couple of hours most, including drying times and stuff like that. You could change one of the panels. You could probably change the front panel or one of these panels to a different colour for each one, so you can actually identify it yourself, or change that top panel. So if you've got decent eyes, you can actually see it. But yeah, it's just a quick. It's nothing major. And obviously, 90% of the work was done by the metal colour. And they do gold, they do chrome. I'd like to see a chrome one, because the chrome doesn't half go. It got very bright and shiny chrome. These should be winging the way to us. I know Snowy's waiting for it. See, it's taking an X-Wing and just changing the stripes, changing the nose cone. You don't have to see, that's got original paint on it. So let me go to my box of broken bits. So, just changing the nose cone colour. A quick change of the nose. Change the reds to a blue, a silver, a gold. If you can just pick out the panels that they've picked out, then you get a whole new unique look. That's what they look like when they're stripped. They go to like a white plastic. So that's a Santia Fell waiting to be painted there, Snowy. And two of these little beauties. So if you take that back to base colours and ignore the yellow and the grey, you can then pick out panels like we did with the red one that Martin got. You can pick out a panel and you change the panel colour, and then like we've just done with that, you run the wash, not like the sides, but when we did the top part, you get your size 0 and you run the wash down the panel lines to bring them back out. But I did a Mace Windu one in purples, and I've done obviously the Santia Fell ones. There you go, Snowy. How's that for you? Are you happy now? Yeah, I did a purple one. It sold a couple of weeks back on eBay. Pretty scum. Pity scum. So what have we got, Zoe?
I just realised she's got claws.
So when I already explain? I ordered a load of rattle cans, and we got to make up the order. Rachel's going to go mental at this cause purple. We got Kitty Cat Dragon, which was a resin miniature, and it's that big. It's huge. So Zoe's just been painting him or her? Her. In... It is still wet as well. I've just felt wet. So, yeah, she's been doing blending at the back with the purple wings and... Smart ass.
And its eyes have got a purple tinge.
Yeah, eyes have got a purple tint. The only thing that she's waiting for is the base, because I haven't primed the base. So, that's... That looks... It does look cute. Very well done. I'll do your best for tomorrow, and then you can.
Claws?
Yeah.
Because I found out chef.
All kitties have claws, just like women. Her painting, I'd like to take credit for her painting and her skill and stuff like that, but I'll be honest with you, when Zoe wanted to start learning to paint, I wasn't confident enough myself to get... She'll come and type in a minute. I wasn't confident enough myself to go... sit down with her and go, this is how you start, this is the bit you do, this is the bit. She's been painting for about 4 or 5 years on and off, just when she can be bothered. No paint on it. And the way I would work it with her at the time was, I would go, right, what are you wanting to paint? And she started with a Space Marine, just a standard Space Marine. And I gave her a link. She went and watched it on YouTube a couple of times, came down, and it was fantastic. It was really good for basically the first thing that she ever painted. It was absolutely stonking. And then as she went on and she progressed, she got more and more bits and pieces and worked out dry brushing. I sent the links to dry brushing, washes. Yeah, welcome to the stream, Rasta. She did a falcon with dreadlocks as well. That is absolutely fantastic. She spent ages actually doing proper plaited dreadlocks. I was well chuffed when she did that. Oh yeah, now you remember. So yeah, it was. I'll be honest with you, I forgot all about it. I really did. By the way, everyone's got 1 minute left on the waffle. So yeah, she's picked up 90% of it exactly how I did. I never ever had I never had the courage to go into a games workshop and sit down and be taught how to paint. I used, before the internet had hundreds and hundreds of YouTube videos, I was downloading PDFs and books that people had done. I found a video that was for sale, and I think I spent about £70 for a steel dog painting video, and I learnt loads off it. Cool. Yeah, that would be amazing. I keep forgetting about it. She keeps doing bits and pieces for people all over the place, and I always forget. And that's the raffle closed. So yeah, I'd love to take credit for Zoe's painting skill, but I'm going to have to put it to YouTube. She'll come and ask bits and I'll give her advice, just like people ask on here and stuff like that. But other than that, most of her artistic skill comes from that. Yes, you need a scrapbook or a Facebook album. Cool. Have you seen the shirt tonight, Rasta? I'm wearing Rebel. A Rebel shirt. So, let me zoom back out. Oop, not that far. I even used a wet palette tonight. Not for its proper use, but... Where's he gone? Yes. So, stream and... So, we'll do the... I'll tell you what I'm going to do, so I don't drop cards in it. I'm going to close the wet palette up and put it away for now. Working out where I went wrong. So yeah, they are 10-minute quick droids. It's about as long as the last on the table, so rebels always win eventually. That's what they all say till they lose. So how did all the Alderons on Alderanians, all the rebels on Alderaan do? Yeah, especially in this weather, Jack. So, let's have a look. You can't see them in the slightest, but you can see them. So let me have them on it. Still not enough. There we go. So, as we said, we've got... I can't put them on because they're flaring the camera. I should be able to see the donators for this evening. He says, and crashes. There we go. So, pack 1. They're all the same. There's no difference in them. Pack 1. Our first winner of the evening is... Fierce Link. Dale. Well done, Dale. I'll work out whether you've got a subscription and stuff like that later. Don't worry about it. And Dale's asleep. Oh no, he's awake. I will get a pen and paper, or a pencil and paper. I knew there was a 200% chance you were going to win tonight, Dale. For the simple fact is, I posted you stuff out today. Yep. So, second winner for today is... Drumroll. And this is where it locks up again. Yep. Dale's broke it again. Egg timer. It seems to be, when we put the ticket in about it, it's probably what they're going to blame the points not updating on, is the amount. You just keep clicking till you've done it. Tonight's giveaway, Fierce Link. Yay. It stores everyone that's entered, so, and all the tickets. Let's go for this. Catch you soon, Rasta. I'll probably ring you tomorrow. And yeah, I think it's going to have to be a manual one from the tickets. I'm just going to try and force it. And if this works, I'll be well chuffed. And the next winner is... No. That didn't work. I've definitely got everyone's tickets on there, though. So... Yep. Right. So I've got Dale as the number one. I hate technology when it doesn't work. got no way of doing it. Congrats, everyone. Yay, all message Ninja Mogul for your prizes. I'm sure I heard a wait what there. Let's just try. Right, I've got it all in a spreadsheet. Just think of a way we can do this tonight so people can actually see it live. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 of yours, multiple tickets. And Dale gets to be number 1. Isn't it? Ooh. So, taking out Dale, because he's not winning again. That is probably... I have got D20s as well. That's a count roll down. Oh, have I got a D20? I have a D20. So... Love you, Kerr. If you win... Why can't you win twice? Because that's how the raffle works. Even in a normal raffle, you only get 2 at one go. So, I've got everyone's... The suspense value is worth it. So, Zoe! That was a 19 out of all of the... Right, I've been very clever because it is going to go all the way up to 20. What I've got is everyone that's got... There's basically 2s and 4s and 3s and stuff like that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I'm going to need you to roll the dice. What I've got is 1 to 15, and then basically I've split it down so where Paul's got 6, he gets 2 of the numbers. It's just a quick way of doing it. So Zoe's going to come in and do it in a second. Hide behind me. So, do you see how it works?
Yeah.
So, that one, I'm not saying the names so people don't know the
orders.
Everyone's saying hello to you.
Hiya.
So that one needs to move down 1. That one, and this only works by taking Dale's name out of it. Oh no, it doesn't. I had to leave Dale's name in it. But he doesn't win. Dale's not winning again. Dale does need to be taken out of it. I knew Dale need... Get out. So, Sarah gets 2. They get 1. That. This is very scientific way of doing it, isn't it, Zoe?
Yeah.
So if it's got a blank, you go up to the next one up, right?
Yeah.
So, all the pressure on Zoe.
Because it's zoomed in
on the dice.
So I've got to roll it in that little area. Oh, that's better.
So, over the shoulder dice rolling.
You've got dice that you can't read. 6.
6 is
Flaky pastry.
Flaky pastry. Paul. So, and Paul donated tonight. So cool. So that's, and one more. Paul again. I know. 17 is that? I'm looking on the camera.
Yeah, 17.
17 goes to Ulfric. And Ulfric.
See? Zoebot is good.
Zoebot. Yeah, Zoebot wins. If anyone knows of another system other than this slow bummed version, then please let me know. So I've got Dale, Paul and Ulfric down as winners for today. So congrats to everyone. What, Paul? There it is. Yeah. Is it more complicated than a dice? I just need something in place for when this happens. I can actually access the thing there, but every time no, it's not even doing that now. Every time I click for it to go, it's actually showing now as closed. 34, 30. Yes, it's closed 10 minutes after. So you only get 10 minutes to run it, which is interesting, on a timed one, right? It might be worth having it in backup. When I dropped, I can cut and paste it from it. Oh well, you can see it, Foxy. When I've cut and pasted it from it, it actually divides the numbers and the lines. Yeah. So yeah, it. You can't see the raffle. Have you tried? It's the Streamlabs login I gave you. You should have user management. There is no longer any users. What did you do? I'll. No, it's not that one. It's another one. It's somewhere else. I'm certain I've got you in a setup somewhere. My users, Ninja Mogul administrator, created on 9th of the 1st. Yeah, it's right. It's Twitch Manager is separate. This Streamlabs runs all of this in on the side of Yep. On the side of it, sort of thing. So that's all. Yeah, that's actually closed down now as well. Yeah, you're down as an admin on there. I can't see my created invitations. I think I had to send you an email, so there might be an email in there for it. So tonight's stream, we got Monkey a bit done. We got a full droid done. We got the base on that has dried, so he's ready to go. He just needs Cassian, who's got no head at the moment, and we're nearly finished on. I'll probably just do the wash on the bottom of that, and we will have a giveaway. For that, probably next week, if that's okay with Kate. So, apologies for the debacle at the end. And thank you everyone that donated tonight. Thank you everyone that subbed tonight. Everyone that liked and shared and did whatever. Please support the guys that support me. Kate at Fully Modded Lighting. James at Something for the Geek End, that does he does loads of t-shirts, and even if you can think of a design, he can do designs for you. He does all of T Squadron. Cool. And a big thank you to people like Foxy and Snowy, who help in the background, just keeping me sane. And keeping me going. It's not easy at sometimes. And congrats to all the winners tonight. And I have a feeling. More singing, Foxy. We're going to have another painting stream tomorrow, unless I can really plough through some mountains of stuff. So, ad break. Did you just do an ad break? Don't make me do it. Ad breaks are amazing. So yes, again, thank you everyone for watching. Thank you everyone for supporting us. I love yous all, each and every one of you. I will see you tomorrow night for whatever we do. It'll be something fun and fraught with disaster. So, thank you, and catch you soon. Good night.